Howdy, folks. Who's taking control of me? Let's test it. Howdy, folks. Welcome back to the Test Press. My name is Brylan May, and today we have a very, very, very special guest. He is a Serbian singer songwriter now based in the UK, who you may have seen on a small unknown competition called Eurovision. Folks, we have Luke Black.
Hello, hello.
How you doing today, Luke?
I'm doing great. I'm just moving out of my place. So I'm living in boxes.
Yeah,
Um, but that's nothing new. Like, cause I
right.
mean, it's dark here in UK. In London, I see that there's like daylight at yours.
Yeah. Yeah,
Mhm. You're
it's like, it's 11 here, so it's, yeah, 7 there, so it's nighttime. It's, 8 the 8-hour time difference is wild. Yeah.
good
Have you ever
morning.
been? Yeah. Right, good morning. Have you ever been to LA?
No, I haven't, unfortunately, but I was just talking to my friend on the phone from LA, and we were just chatting about like coming to visit. I never been to across the pond.
Oh, you've
So
never
and
been to
this
America at all?
no, I haven't, and I would
Oh,
love to
wow.
visit LA. I would love to visit New York. I would love to visit so many places. I think
Yeah.
like do a little road trip as well. I would love to do that.
Yeah, yeah, America, I mean, that's the thing is, like, it's so huge. There's so much stuff to see here. You could vacation here for, like, a couple months and still, not do obviously not see even close to everything, but, so you're from Serbia originally, but you now live in London, is that correct?
That is correct.
Awesome. I'm the opposite. I've actually never been across the pond either. I've never been to Europe. How did you adjust? Because I imagine Serbia is probably quite different than the UK. Like, how was that adjustment? Did you experience any kind of like culture shock, or did you kind of fit in like very quickly?
Well, I was kind of always um at home. Basically I didn't really go out, and much of my upbringing was on the internet,
Oh
and
yeah,
with my internet friends and playing video games. I had loads of friends from US, and then loads of friends from like Greece, um, UK, and I don't know, India as well.
oh
And
wow,
it was always kind of like that for me. But I um, I would say that I wasn't as shocked culturally coming to UK because I spent most of my life in Belgrade.
okay,
And I mean that kind of city depends on who you're with, but you kind of surround yourself with creative people, very inspiring creative people, and I guess they were also kind of raised by the internet. And
yeah.
um, London is as wild as Belgrade is, so it's really cool. But I mean, now I made London my home, and every time I go back, it's more to like feel love and stuff from my friends and family. But
Yeah.
I found home now here in London.
That's awesome. Yeah, I feel like the internet in general has kind of like I think it's I guess for lack of a better word, like consolidated everybody like I feel like the world is less different from each other now than it was like pre-internet because like you said, like everyone kind of grew up on the internet, at least everyone our age. So like we have those like, even if you're from across the world, you have those like shared jokes, shared experiences, that, past generations didn't have. So yeah, I feel like it does probably make it easier to like move to a new place and like fit in right away.
It's a global brain rot. And
You're
we
right.
we
Exactly.
all do. We all know what we're talking about. Yeah, but
Yeah.
there's different architecture, if you want to say it like that. So I really love the Victorian era. I mean, at least in the culture and architecture, and I really love seeing. Uh, there's nowhere else that you can see that apart from,
Yeah.
from UK. So I'm really happy to be here, and that's what makes it feel homely, like that it's scary, dark, and Victorian.
Yeah. Yeah, it kinda, obviously we're gonna get into your music, here in a bit, but yeah, it kinda fits the mood of your music a little bit.
Yeah.
Do you feel more inspired, do you think, being around all, being in the UK and being around all that kind of, Gothic, I guess, architecture?
There's something that's probably like very similar to the US, which I obviously unfortunately I haven't visited, but there's an understanding of the craft of music and popular culture that I didn't have while I was living back home.
Right.
And that sort of understanding and seeing how other people do it and what needs to be done is something that's quite inspiring, at least for the workflow.
Yeah.
Um, I think like I found myself a lot in the past couple of years of like who I am as an artist and what that the way I say the things I want to say. And I think London has definitely made it very gloomy and miserable,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
thus spoke to me on from the shadows and made me more inspired, I guess, and more like it
Yeah.
disciplined me and trained me in a way that no other city has.
Yeah, I think that's well said, and yeah, it sounds like you kinda found your, well, you said earlier, you kinda consider the UK your home now, which is, and yeah, it sounds like it's working out great for you. Um, Anyways, so I wanna get into a little bit of your musical beginnings. I understand that your dad was a DJ. Um,
Yeah. Yes.
I do a lot of research. What kind of music did he spin? Do you remember?
I think it's amazing because I think, if I'm not mistaken, this is my first time talking to like an American media outlet in a way, and I cannot believe that somebody like so far away would mention that my dad is a DJ.
Yeah,
That's
it is kinda trippy, yeah.
it's traveling. Well, he used to do like loads of funk and disco music. Back in
Okay.
Yugoslavia, like they really loved like in the 80s, like disco music and kind of soft rock and the rock like that David Bowie like used to bring, and he would play loads of music like that, and like Nile Rodgers, and he would get the vinyls from Trieste in Italy. So he would travel, buy the vinyls in the shops, and then he would have the vinyls,
Oh,
and then he
wow.
would use the decks to DJ. And it was so beautiful, like the togetherness, the photos that I've seen from that era, like everybody in their 80s outfits, crazy hairstyles. And
Yeah,
something shifted, like that time when I see these photos, I feel like I was in like
like a time
similar
warp or
way.
something.
Yeah, in a similar way, like, I think we were all connected through, like, the power of, like, disco and funk music. I think, like, the whole world, um,
That's true,
was
yeah.
kind of overtaken by it, and, in a way, that was the brain rot of the '80s.
No, that's a good point, I guess, yeah, it's like, music, back in that time, obviously pre-internet, yeah, it's like music kinda was the uniting factor of the world because yeah, disco, like, took over the entire planet basically, like,
Yeah.
that's so funny because my mom also, she was a big disco queen, like, she had, like, the big hair and, like, went to like, the disco halls, I think she even did, like, the dance competitions and stuff. But yeah, that's so funny that, like, our parents are from, like, about as far away as you can be, but they had that shared
Yeah.
experience.
Yeah, I think, like, throughout history, like, at least during the '80s or, like, '70s, like, people were speaking the same language in a way that through
Yeah,
music and stuff, like, in different areas of the world. But I think, like, I mean, I don't remember his gigs, because
yeah,
I was,
very
literally
small,
just
yeah,
born, yeah. But he would come from the disco like 4 a.m. and I would be crying, as a baby,
yeah.
and he would soothe me to, um, to Chic and Nile Rodgers, and I would
Yeah,
I don't remember that, but I guess, like, I was kind of spoon-fed
yeah.
the
You were
music.
spoon-fed music from an early age, yeah. Um
Yeah, so here we are.
Here we are. Do you think that because your earliest exposure to music was more like dancey type stuff? Do you think that's why you sort of because your early stuff was like quite like EDM ish for lack of a better term, like very dance inspired? Do you think that's kind of why you started out your musical journey that way?
There's a logical explanation to EDM and that being kind of like at the start of my music. Um, what nobody heard basically was when I actually started making music, I started making music like Elton John on the piano, and that was
Oh
for me
wow.
like that was the type of music that I used to make, and it was this like chord progressions that seemed very evergreen. But so I started my kind of like, well, with gaming and video editing. I started making TV shows with my little camera,
Oh
and
wow.
yeah, learning like special effects because I was obsessed with Charmed, the TV show. So
Yeah.
I just had to like learn how to make all of those effects when the demons are disappearing and like blinking and stuff like that, and the
Wow.
sounds.
So you
But
started with sound design almost, in a
yeah,
way.
with video and sound design, and then by the time I could get my hands on Ableton, that was the
Dude.
era of 2010, 11, SoundCloud, EDM, Zed, um,
Yep.
like, and that's kind of like where my first releases kind of come from. But that was because it was just a time when, and
Yeah.
EDM music is very mathematical. Like you use um, uh, plugins that they're available to you. They already have like like beautiful like synths, and I don't know. I think that that's what logically I started with that. I don't even think it's because of funk or anything, but I think it's just because that was the technology
That you had.
slash art
Yeah.
combined, and that was EDM, and that's why I love
Yeah.
EDM so much, and
Oh,
I'm happy
yeah.
that it's coming back.
Yeah, me too. I started as a DJ as well. I made EDM. I produce in Ableton. So yeah,
Yeah.
that's my dog choice. That's I knew
Yeah.
I liked you. Ableton yeah, Ableton heads unite. But yeah, it was very much like of that time that we started, like into our musical journeys. Like, that was, the music of the day and that was like, was everything. Um
Yeah.
Okay, so that makes sense. So the stuff that sort of sounded like Elton John, that you never put any of that out anywhere, that was just stuff for you.
It's very how do I say it? Infantile.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't necessarily think that it's the best piece of music that I've ever made, but I think that is kind of the underlying tone of like where I am as a songwriter, and when
Yeah.
I'm on my own, but my ideas go different ways. But like if it's just me and I'm making a song and I'm not working and I'm not thinking about London, I'm not thinking about anything but like just a tiny bit of emotion, it would kind of be like that. It would be very, like ballady, Elton John, Beatles,
Yeah.
um, very like rock inspired as well, with like, I guess, like rock ballads. So that's kind of like what my default setting was.
Yeah. That makes sense. And I mean, yeah, that stuff is good music, and I think that's a good way to like start music because like you said, it's like it's so stripped back. I think you get the fundamentals down more of, what makes a good song, which is, just like the chord progression, melody and, the lyrics, like, and the rhythm. It's like it's sort of like the basic DNA of a song. So you like learn, how to be a good songwriter, and then you add all the production and the craziness later.
My electronic sound stems mostly from my love for technology, but also my love for like my producers. We all kind of stem from a similar world of like gaming and anime, and a love for like complex and EDM music and metal music as well. So um I wouldn't necessarily enjoy making like an Elton John type of song
Right,
with
yeah.
with my producers, because like we have a different way of speaking to each other
Yeah, exactly.
and to people through that sound, and I'm so obsessed with like uh, getting the right sound and the sound design. And
Yeah,
there's people, my producer Wolfcut, he's just so amazing with the sound design, and we're like, I'm literally looking like the way that the sound is at this the way the sound is made like in real time, because we're together in a room.
yeah,
And sometimes it makes you kind of cry because of like the
yeah,
electronic, like the way you get the sound exactly where you want it at like,
yeah.
I don't know, it's just so
It's super
beautiful.
satisfying, yeah, like, when you hear something in your head and then you finally it's translated into the real world, yeah, it's an amazing experience.
I
Um
think it's like EDM and pop music like can be quite orchestral. And
Mhm.
I think like that's I'm amazed by that the most.
Yeah.
And if just the two of us can sit in a room and make it, then such complicated kind of
Right,
um
yeah, it's special, it's very special.
it's very special. Yeah, I feel really blessed, when that happens.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's the thing that I wanted to, obviously we're going to deep dive into a couple of your songs later, but that's something that I really noticed, pretty much throughout your entire discography is like the production is rock solid. Like you have such a great ear for, beats and like you said, sound design. Like everything, always like all the sounds sound like it couldn't have been anything else in that place, if that makes sense, it's like it's the perfect representation for what you were trying to convey.
I Thank you so much for that. I mean, I would have to disagree with my earlier songs.
Yeah,
you
we
know,
all do, we all yeah, for sure.
I mean, listening to like loads of them now, I'm like, I just, I'm like, oh my god, I've been trying to find a perfect person to work with in Serbia and get that sound there, and like never, nothing happened. Like I could never get the sound back then, though.
Yeah, yeah,
Not
yeah.
now. Like there's so many amazing producers. Like, oh my god, so amazing producers in Serbia. But back then, it was quite difficult to like sing in English and make the music that I wanted to make, and I could never get the sound right.
Yeah.
So I I that's why I moved here basically. It's because I was in this very angry headspace because I just couldn't get I got my music out there. It was there because I didn't want to give up, but I was never satisfied with the sound.
Yeah.
And I guess like now it's a bit different. Um Technology has advanced, but also probably working with the right people, getting the right energy. And I think every song that I ever put out, it does have like um a scrutinized view from me.
Oh, of
um
course, yeah.
and it is, there's a freedom that when I work with my producers and composers, like there's loads of freedom that I really want them to have, because then the whole process is more fun. But then it but then I'm always there.
Yeah,
so
right, yeah, yeah,
so
yeah.
it's like, I mean, but it's just, but thank you so much for noticing that. A lot of the time, we're lucky to make a song in 10 minutes, and then a lot of the time we spend so many
Oh,
hours
yeah.
like honing the sound. And I'm trying to make that sound. And when you listen to everything, that you listen to loads of genres in within pop music, but that it kind of seems a bit cohesive, and you can find a metal song and like a glitchy pop song at the same album, but it kind of makes sense.
Yeah, yeah, no,
Yeah.
exactly, exactly. So yeah, a couple things that you mentioned I want to get to. So you mentioned that you made the decision pretty early on to your music's primarily in English. Um,
Yeah.
was that like, did you face any kind of like, backlash from people in Serbia? Like, were they like, "Oh, you're Serbian, you should be making music in our language." Or like were people because yeah, you said it was like maybe made things a little more difficult. So I guess expand on that.
I wouldn't say I think like there is okay, there is a difference between like making music in English and making music like naturally in English.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
so what I would say is like I never had any criticism for singing in English because uh, I got songs out and people didn't even put me in the category of a Serbian musician. Like all of
Yeah.
the blogs and everything, I even had like, you know, some UK blogs that I was lucky to be featured on in my earliest stages, and everywhere it was always like if I was on the playlist, if it was a radio playlist, and I would have to compete with Rihanna. I'm not competing
Right.
with so, but
Yeah.
but there are people in Serbia would definitely be like, "Why are you singing in English if it's not like if it doesn't seem that it comes naturally to you?" So
Yeah.
it's like, you don't want it to sound cringy,
Yeah,
even though
sure.
there's nothing wrong with being cringy, I guess. But
Yeah, I agree. Yeah.
within
Yeah.
songwriting, I think it was always like there, it was
Yeah.
always, and most of it is like to blame, the 90s in Serbia and me having to, there was a social change and people became a bit more masculine and like it was very like that, and then I was like, oh my god, okay, I can't deal with this, so I stayed home, played video games
Yeah.
and played Lara Croft and learned English basically, and then listened to loads of music that was in English. And as a child, you kind of absorb languages rather
Oh,
than
of course.
learn.
Yeah.
So basically that's what happened to me, and I think pop music in Serbian language, there's only rarely people who can actually do it that I really like it and that I don't feel like shivers down my
Yeah.
spine.
Yeah.
And I know people like that. They're very good. They can make pop music in Serbian sound really good, but I could never do it. I wasn't talented enough to sing in Serbian and write in Serbian. So it was English. And there's only so much you can do when you sing in English in Serbia. Like it's just a small
It's
amount of
limiting,
people.
yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So I had to move. I was always thinking about moving to Berlin, but then I said, okay, it's going to be another language barrier.
Yeah.
It's going to be like if I'm failing, oh, it must be because people are listening to music in German. So I moved to London, and it was like if I'm failing, then I'm shit. But
Right, it's like yeah. Yeah. That's funny.
yeah, that
Okay,
that that
yeah, that
was it.
right, that makes sense. And the other thing you mentioned, which is something that I picked up from another one of your interviews, is you're a metalhead. You like metal, which might be surprising to people that listen to I mean, I can definitely hear influences in your newer music from metal, but, from fans of your earlier music, that might be quite surprising.
Yeah, I think I am a big metalhead, but I wouldn't say now. Like, I mean, yeah, there's loads of songs. I mean, yeah, I do TikTok lives and I play loads of metal music on it because like I
Yeah.
just like it in the background. But I think like it was more so like the high school period and my uni period.
Okay.
Um and but my demeanor was always very tightly connected to pop music.
Yeah.
So I guess like the little subconscious brain when I'm making music is stemming from, like for example, having loads of harmonic minors. It's
Mhm.
such a trait of like metal music and
Yeah,
the
for sure.
guitar shredding and those the way the tonality moves. There's that, and most of it, I would say, the hard rock and metal kind of love that I have, I mostly, rather than through sound, I kind of bring it to live shows.
Yeah.
um and I want my show to look like you came to see Kiss perform or something like that.
Yeah,
And it's like very glam rock. I
yeah,
sometimes
exactly.
wear platforms because of that. I like to have a strong eyeliner,
Yeah,
um, a very pale face makeup, and then strong eye to look like, like I'm wearing like that kind of makeup, and
yeah.
yeah, that is, and I think like a lot of gamers listen to like, I don't know.
Oh,
I
for
just
sure,
think
yeah.
I've been to like, I mean, obviously, like it's a different type of metal, but I've been to a baby metal concert recently in London,
Oh, wow, they're
and
awesome. I
let
like
me
them.
tell you, there were so many people. Like I mentioned this band Gorgoroth from Finland. Like it's like there's so many people that like listen to death metal that had the band T-shirts there that came to see like 3 hot chicks singing metal music. It's
Right.
so fucking cool,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
they're the nicest people that I've ever met. Never in my life, and when I was in Serbia, there was this motor club that I used to hang out at, and I met the nicest people there. There were the motorbikers, long hair, leather, like all of them were just there in my hometown, and one of the nicest people I've ever met. And
Yeah.
there, I think your brain kind of creates a connection that I'm finding like a divine tranquility in metalheads
Yeah,
and metal
yeah.
music. I don't know. Like,
Right, right.
yeah.
Yeah, that's, but yeah, I'm also a metalhead. I did you ever listen to Behemoth back in the day?
Yes.
Oh, dude,
Yes.
Behemoth is one of
Yes.
my favorite bands ever. I love Behemoth. Children of Bodom, love them.
Yes.
Trying to think of it. There's a. Did you ever listen to more like deathcore type stuff, like the super like Whitechapel?
Whitechapel, I don't think I've listened to. Is that
Yeah,
American?
yeah, they're American, but they're pretty fucking cool. Yeah,
I
I'll
need
send
to
you
give it a
some of their
listen.
stuff. Yeah,
Oh,
um,
please.
yeah, but yeah, man, no, to your point, I do think like metalheads like kind of have I think in general society have a reputation for being like, "Oh, like those people are like really off-putting," but I've found what you found that it's kind of the opposite. Yeah, it's like they're like some of the
No.
most
They're
accepting,
they're
like
angels, like,
yeah,
on Earth.
exactly.
I
Yeah.
swear, like, with all of their, like, little Baphomets and stuff, like, "Ha, ha, ha," like,
Yeah.
"You're so dark," and stuff, but, like, what I've found is, like, acceptance and I don't know, and loads of there's a broad interest that comes between those, like, dark shirts and, like, long hairs, there's so much interest in,
Yeah.
other type of music, musical, like, classical music, literature, the art of filmmaking. I mean, maybe I'm biased, maybe I just met a small amount of people, although I've met loads of them that were kind of similar, but
Yeah.
maybe I'm wrong, but I
No,
don't know.
I think you're absolutely correct. Yeah, I have the same experience. I think
If we have it like you here and me here, then I guess it's kind
yeah,
of
I
universal.
think it's scientific at that point, yeah. It's proven. Anyway, your fans would be upset with me if I didn't, obviously bring this up. So you did the Eurovision competition in 2023.
Yes.
I watched the performance. I loved it. Um,
Thank you.
yeah. So I guess, at the risk of sounding like a stereotypical interviewer, like what was that experience like? Like it must have been fucking insane.
I don't know where it's like trauma or something, but I feel like I don't remember much of it anymore. I think not that anything traumatizing happened, but like
It was a lot. It was a
I mean,
big
but
yeah.
everything was traumatizing. So not one thing happened.
Right.
Everything happened.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but what I want to say is like okay, we touched upon like something that we're because you asked me about questions from Serbia and like were people open to me singing in English. Now, when that thing happened, I had a song that I made with a friend, and we were like, I just knew that if I put it out, um, it's gonna have like what 2,000 streams again or whatever. But I felt very specially connected to that song, and I wanted to try and be more daring and go to a national final competition. And then I recreated the song and, made it like Serbian and English because
Mhm.
of the roles. You know, it has to be like at least 50% in Serbian. Um, and the whole performance, there was there was loads of support. Like, um, the voting was so surprising to me. Like it was like people almost woke up and they like people who never like really, I heard through the grapevine, oh my god, okay, this guy, I watched the semifinal. You have to watch your like the national television show now because this is so amazing. And but at the same time, there was like a huge clash of like two um, currents in Serbia, and
Yeah.
especially now with the student protests, like you
Mhm.
can actually see that quite clearly. Um, there is this governmental old thinking, not even conservative, but like it's just an old
Like,
like
sort of the old
mold,
way of
the
thinking,
old
yeah.
mold of what you think Serbia is and what Serbia should be, and then there is this new one that already not new one, the one that already existed but was kind of sleeping, or
Yeah.
it was quieter.
Yeah.
And um but I heard support and then shouts, and then support and then shouts, and then I was always like kind of not against, but like not feeling very welcome in this little garden, but
Yeah,
this
yeah, yeah.
garden I always felt love for. And um it was such an intense evidence of however I felt for like the past 30 years. Um and like it came all like,
It was all came to
like
a head, sort of, yeah.
yeah, and and I was in the center of attention because I won the national final. Then it was
Right.
like, okay, you're representing your country, and I'm not an athlete, or like I just literally
Yeah.
spent most of my life in my bedroom. Like I'm not even prepared for interviews or anything, but I just did it. It was like a
Yeah.
fever dream. I was like, okay, we're doing this, we're doing that. I was working with my friends creatively that worked with for years before, and I work with still, and one of the producers I work with still. And um, it was a labor of love, definitely. And I couldn't be more proud of myself for like being the head producer of the whole thing.
Yeah.
Um, and to be able to make that and put it on such a big stage when you're like, so like I'm not like, I'm just like like I don't have any
You're just a guy,
experience.
yeah, yeah.
Like, yeah, I'm literally just a gamer guy. Like that's it. And
Yeah.
then you're like, oh my god, okay, so let's do this. So basically, yeah, that was amazing. And it was in Liverpool, and it was kind of like I was living in. I was always saying like I would have loved to have gone somewhere else. Uh, but it was literally, I remember I was like, okay, if I forget something, I'll just go with the train, like to get it back from my flat. Um, but it was a beautiful experience, and it depends on the day. You ask me whether I would do it again or not. Like
Yeah.
I'm like I would never do it again, but there is a little drug that it kind of gives you that.
I'm sure, yeah,
Yeah.
it's like it's gotta be one of those things, well, kinda like you said, it's like, it was I'm sure incredibly stressful and a lot to deal with, but, like, to have that kind of platform is like, that's a super rare opportunity, for really artists of any size to, like, literally be competing in front of the world, like, I mean, there's really nothing else kinda like it. I guess the
Wow.
closest thing we have is like American Idol, but I mean, Eurovision like dwarfs American Idol completely. I noticed though that you did do some interviews for them. You were kind of like a correspondent, right? Because you actually mentioned a couple times here, and then also in another interview I watched, you said you were quite shy, or you can be quite shy. So I guess, but to me, it's like in this interview and in the interviews you did for Eurovision, like, you seem super natural talking with people and, yeah, you're a great, conversationist, so, I guess that's something you had to like kind of build up or like a muscle you had to work, for lack of a better word.
You know, when I was a baby, we talked to like this psychic lady that
Okay.
when I was 4, and she told my parents I was gonna do music, but in some connection to computers. And like it was
Wow.
for my dad, he's an electrical engineer, and my mom's a like pharmacist. Like it was, and there was no music on computers apart from synthesizers, and
Yeah.
I don't know whether what US had, like we in Serbia, like we just we
Yeah.
just didn't we just didn't have that, and it was kind of puzzling for my parents, and um in many ways, like with my with any musician's mental health, it gets in a kind of crippling um path, like a journey, and it's not always going upwards. And um I think like every time I wanted to give up doing music, and that was a case in 2022. I was
Mhm.
working with my manager of that time, and I I remember it was November 2022, and he was like, um "You haven't answered any of my calls." Like like we were talking about like music, but this, like there's so many ideas. Like there's people who like want to work with you, and I was at home. I was like, I can't do it anymore. Like I don't know what I'm like what I'm supposed to do, because since I started making music, like everything changed. Um,
Yeah.
I made physical albums. And then all of a sudden, but there was no streaming in Serbia. So I put my songs on YouTube because people mostly listen to it on YouTube, but everybody started thinking about Spotify. Then
Yeah.
once Spotify came to Serbia, then TikTok came along. And I'm literally, I
Yeah.
am not that smart, business savvy and smart for music to follow that. It takes me such a long time to understand the
Yeah.
marketing of it all. Um, and I am extremely shy, but every time if you put me in like a on stage, or if you put me on like somewhere that kind of has to do with my music, or with my personality in general,
Yeah.
like even if I'm a correspondent, but everybody's like, okay, it's Luke Black interviewing people, it completely changes.
Yeah.
So I guess it stems from that kind of thing, that I kind of have to do it, or that I'm supposed to do it,
Right.
but
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
probably not doing it properly. But like every time you put me somewhere, I'll do like a really banging job.
Yeah, yeah. No, I mean, I thought, yeah, I think your interview skills are great. So I guess sort of expanding on that, do you consider Luke Black to be like a separate person almost, or is it?
Hmm.
No, you don't. Okay.
I don't know. I don't know anything else. That's the problem.
Okay.
That's
Yeah, yeah,
basically the
yeah.
problem.
Fair enough.
Because
Fair enough.
you have to sometimes not have a performance, and
Yeah.
release music, and then you have to go about your day, and then everything seems like really weird, and I feel like very disassociated. Every time
Yeah.
people see me, in person, they're like, "Oh my god, you look so lost," and like you're in your own world. And I'm like,
That's crazy.
I'm just disassociating. Every time I exit the house, everything is like new to me. Like I don't
Yeah.
know. I feel like I don't have a proper connection with my own like physical being as a person when I'm not on stage, which is why I'm really working hard, and I'm really, really, really hoping to be on stage every night. And like
Like I don't have to think about this while I'm just on stage all the time.
it's just natural habitat, and
Yeah.
everything else seems like you're thirsty, but like you're in a desert or something like that. I don't know.
Yeah.
I
No,
just
makes
I
sense.
just
Yeah.
feel like the end goal for me is to be able to have success enough to be performing every day, no matter the size of the venue or stuff like that. But like a report with the fans, and performances, opportunities like that, and if not performances, then studio work and music work. I
Yeah.
I just love it so much,
Yeah.
and hate it, but
No, I get it 100%. I'm the same way. It's like, sometimes it's, music and, or, even this podcast, like, sometimes your creative outlets, like, drive you crazy, but, like, I think that's how you can tell that you truly love something is that you still wanna do it even when it's driving you nuts.
yeah.
Yeah, so I fully feel you there, man. But anyway, before we move on from this Eurovision thing, my friend Jamie is a massive Eurovision fan, and she actually voted for you 3 times.
No way!
Yeah,
Wait, is she from US or not?
she's from the US.
Probably.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Oh, so the rest of the world, yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
that's amazing.
Yeah, so I promised her that I would ask you to say a little something for her. So, yeah, I guess just, say like hi Jamie or something, but yeah. What would you like to say to one of your biggest fans, Jamie in America?
Oh my God. Well, hi, Jamie. I'm eternally grateful that my music reached all the way to America and that you liked the Eurovision performance and that you voted for me. It means so much. And, it's amazing to still hear like 2 years later that somebody liked a piece of work that we made. So thank you so much. And I love you.
Oh, that's very sweet. Yeah, I told her I was like, "Yeah, I have an interview tomorrow, and this guy actually was on Eurovision." And she like freaked out. She was like, "Who?" And I was like, "I was Luke Black." And she was like, "Oh my god, I love him! Like he's
Oh my
amazing."
God.
So
It's a hit
yeah,
or
yeah.
miss with me, though. She could have been like, oh, she
No,
could have
she
been like,
was.
your podcast is nothing.
Oh my god, that's so funny. Anyway, so yeah, we talked a lot about your beginnings and stuff, and we're gonna dive into your music in a little bit. But first, how would you like to play a little game?
A game?
A
Oh,
game.
well, I should be good at games. Let me see. Let me see.
Yeah, so we talked a little bit about your the music that sort of got you into music and sort of crafted your artistic persona or brain, and one of those we didn't talk about was Lady Gaga. I understand you're a massive Lady Gaga fan. Is that true?
Yes, I'm a massive fan.
And you speak multiple languages. So what I did was I took some Lady Gaga lyrics, some well-known Lady Gaga lyrics, and I translated them back and forth from a bunch of different languages, then back into English. So, and obviously, Google Translate is not the most accurate thing in the world. So, I'm going to see if you can tell what lyric it is based on, like I said, this crazy train of translation.
Oh
Um,
my God. Okay. Well, that's so good. Oh my God. Yes, I'm
okay.
ready.
Okay, so we'll start. So the first one, I went easy on you at first. I'm on the
Let's see.
verge of fame and I'm waiting for the moment of truth.
The Edge of Glory.
That's right. Yeah, I'm on the edge
Yeah.
of glory
I'm
and
on
I'm
the edge of
hanging.
glory and I'm hanging on the
Right, exactly.
moment of truth. No,
Hanging on a moment of truth. Yeah,
moment
yeah,
of
that's
truth.
it.
Yes.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Well,
Yeah, so that was an easy one. So they get
okay.
a little bit harder going down. Okay, so yeah, you got that one. Um, I try to make the worst look good.
Oh, a million reasons.
Yeah, there you
I
go.
try to make the worst seem better.
Yeah, man, you're
Yes.
you're going you're ripping through these. Okay,
I've done so.
there number 3. I'm not going to lie. I was just thinking about my love for gluten. This one made me laugh. I'm not
I'm
going to
sorry. Is
lie.
that poker face?
It is
It's
poker face.
it's
Yeah.
it's bluffing with my muffin.
I'm not lying. I'm just stunning with my love glue gunning.
Oh, okay. Well, I thought. Wait, didn't you mention like a bakery or something? Well, I don't know.
I
I
think
forgot now.
maybe
Oh,
somewhere else.
gluten. Oh,
Yeah.
I heard gluten.
Yeah.
Okay, okay, and I
Uh,
got the muffins. Well, hey,
no, yeah,
to
you got
each
you
their
got the
own.
song.
To
Yeah,
each their own.
yeah, I'll take the song title or the lyrics. So we'll be flexible here. All
Okay.
right. Number 4. Put on denim, garage installed.
Wait.
Yes, like I said, they get tougher. They get tougher.
Is that Marry the Night or Heavy Metal Lover?
It's not.
Wait,
I'll
not.
give you
It's none of them.
I'll give you one more
Okay.
chance. Put on denim, garage installed.
Put on denim, garage installed.
Installed. Correct.
Okay, where? Put on maybe it was wear, jeans. Uh.
Car park.
Oh, wait. Wear jeans. Wear jeans.
You're gonna kick yourself if you don't get it when you hear it.
Wait. Jean. I mean, I would guess it's from. Oh my god, it's either from The Fame, the album, or Born This Way. But maybe I've just missed the whole album. I don't know.
Okay. It's from Paparazzi. Leather and jeans, garage glamorous. And
How is glamorous installed?
I don't know, but I translated it from English to, I believe, Nepalese, to some language called NKO, to Oramu, to Turkish, and then back to English. So that was the translation.
Garage should have given it away, but I thought because there's loads of like New York references in Marry the Night, and like
that one, that was a good guess. Those were all good guesses. But yeah, that was a tough one. That was a hard one.
Oh my god. Okay.
All right, second to last one. So here's number 5. Wait, what's the name of this band?
This Just Dance, I think.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. Keep it cool. What's the name of this club?
Okay.
Okay,
Good.
so the last one, this is the hardest one for sure. So think you got to think about this one. I'm a crazy boy. I'm a very stubborn person. I'm a crazy boy. I'm a very stubborn person. This one's really hard. If you get this one, I'll be very, very surprised.
I'm a crazy boy. I'm
a very stubborn person.
I have no idea. Wait, oh my god. Wait, is this the last one?
Yes, this is the last one.
Okay, wait. Brylan, I need to get this.
Okay.
I also don't want to make the podcast boring with me.
No, it's all right. No worries.
I'm trying to think. I'm trying to think of like moments where it's like in first person, like like in Bad Romance, like you have I want, like I, and then I'm trying to figure it out. Is it Not You and I?
It's Not You and I. Do you want me to give you the album it's on?
Maybe, yeah.
It's on Born This Way.
I'm a Bad Kid. Is it Bad Kid?
It's not.
No.
I'll give you one more guess.
I'm a stubborn boy.
I'm a crazy boy. I'm a very stubborn person.
Mad. Oh my god. Well, I'm not a big fan.
Okay, well, no, you're... Alright, this one was hard.
Wait, give me the first letter of the song.
Oh, okay. Well, you'll get it then. J.
Judas.
There you go. I'm just a holy fool. Oh, baby, it's so cruel. I don't know how the fuck that translated to "I'm a crazy boy, I'm a very stubborn person," but I didn't even write down the translation chain 'cause I literally did, like, 11 languages on this one.
Let me
Um
tell you something. Let me tell you, this makes sense that it's Bat Kid or whatever I said first. I forgot what I said. It makes more sense.
Yeah,
That
well
The Nepalese have ruined it.
oh my god, that's funny. Well, you did pretty well. You got, I'll give you you got 3.5 because I gave you a pretty big hint on the last one, so we'll go with you got 3.5. That's pretty
Okay,
good. That's good. Or no,
thank
you
you.
got 4.5. You only missed one, really. So
No,
yeah.
I missed 2. I missed 2.
Okay.
I'm
Right,
yeah,
right, right.
I'm
Okay.
let's do it fair and square. But this is such a good game.
Oh, thank you.
How did you think of
Um,
it?
I literally was just, like, thinking of stuff a couple days ago. I was like, "What would be fun to play?" And then I was like, "Okay, he's, like, multilingual, he's a big, like, and so I was just like, "Yeah, I thought of it." Yeah, I think I'm gonna play
Multilingual?
yeah.
You so multilingual, and then you put Nepalese there?
Why, yeah,
See,
I knew that, but yeah.
I'm not that talented.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna play this game again. This is a fun one. This is
It's
a
so
fun one.
good.
So we talked about your background. We played a fun little game here. Now we're going to do a couple of song breakdowns for your music. We're going to talk about your music. So it's fun part of the podcast. And the first song I want to talk about is called Angel Metal. It's off your most recent album, Chainsaws in Paradise. The song is awesome, by the way. I love it.
Thank
Um,
you.
but the lyrics are quite bizarre. So I guess my first question is like, what was the inspiration for the lyrics? Is there like a story, or did the words just sound cool together?
Well, there's a I guess, like, I kind of imagine myself at, like, an opening in an anime, and then a huge, like, battle that also appeared on Eurovision, like, the huge robot and fire and brimstone, and we were, I was I wanted to make a song that uplifted me every time I was about to dip into, like, total blackout and darkness, and I hear the song and I hear ascension, and I ascend,
Mhm.
and I have this very, like, voguey type of beat underneath that, like, I can put the headphones on and I can go for a walk, and I can ascend from any darkness, and I can beat any devil that comes
Yeah.
to my towards me.
Mhm.
And I guess, like, angel metal, it was about, like, um wielding a sword and a blade, and shooting, and, like, this fight with the devil,
Mhm.
and but me also not being like an angel that's, like, as you see it in, like, um films or Renaissance art, but it's like
Yeah.
it's like a person stemming from, like, metal music, and
Yeah.
it's a person who seems dark and gloomy,
Mhm.
but is actually an angel.
Actually, I guess I should play it before. I should have said that earlier. Anyway, we're going to insert Angel Metal right here. So this is Angel Metal by Luke Black.
Fight. Ascension. Redemption. Heavenly symphony. Celestial harmony.
that was Angel Metal by Luke Black. We're gonna insert it in post. Yeah, so anyway, going back to the guitar, so that's a real guitar on the song, like someone's wow, yeah. Yeah, because that fucking the guitar work in that song is amazing. It's so cool. Um,
When I was about to start doing my shows, I was working with my producer Ben or Wolfcut. I mentioned him earlier, and
mhm,
we were chatting about how I want to have pop music, but I want to have live instruments on top of the song, so there is not just instrumentals.
mhm,
And I want a very hardcore guitar playing. And I was chatting with him. Does he know anyone who plays the guitar? And he was like, "Yeah, well, I don't know, like blah blah blah." It was before the album was created. It was for the Eurovision song, and I was like, "Okay, I need someone to play this on my Eurovision song, my performances." And then all of a sudden, like he was like, "Well, I studied like music, and guitar was my first instrument." And I was like,
you didn't mention
"Okay."
that sooner.
And then I was like, "Well, would you know how to play like this?" And then this was like a little melody, hummed a little melody, and I was like, "Yeah." And he just did it. And he
That's
was the one
amazing.
shredding the guitar there. I mean, it's insane. Like I can't even believe it. Like
Yeah,
that it was. And then once we started making that metal kind of music, we started making this debut album. And Angel Metal is like the concoction of like literally that conversation that we had.
yeah,
Um, that's our two sounds that we love the most.
yeah.
It
Yeah, I
it's
mean,
just
it
yeah.
yeah, so it's very obviously metal inspired. I also get a little bit of it's, like, very industrial as well. So that's when I asked, are you a Nine Inch Nails fan? Like, do you like okay.
Yeah. I've
Yeah,
been to the concerts in London as
oh,
well.
hell yeah. Yeah, I could kinda because yeah, I get a little bit of Nine Inch Nails vibes from Angel Metal as well, like that, very driving percussion, like, um, yeah, no, that song is amazing. It's like it's intense, but like you said, it's uplifting as well. Like you just feel powerful when you listen to it, which it sounds
There's
like
a
that's
there's a huge Nine Inch Nails influence on my new live shows that I'm doing and what that I'm going to do, and which is like the synthesis of like having a live music band and then all of a sudden going into like this electronic um
yeah. That was actually gonna
stage.
be yeah, that was gonna be my next question. Is you're gonna have a full live band on this tour?
Well, I mean, I'm gonna have a full live band that I can afford. That's
Yeah, fair enough.
so
Right.
it's as full as it gets. No, I'm
As
gonna
full as
have.
we can get, yeah.
I'm gonna have. Yeah, I already started expanding my band, and I really want to bring the electronic music and live music
Yeah.
together, but separately throughout the next tour.
Mhm.
um in a different storyline. I was very, very, very touched by Nine Inch Nails performances. It was 2 hours of uh synthesis of both of their loves and both of their sounds, and I just felt like I could do both at the same time. It just made me feel like I can also do both, as in like it's okay. You don't have
Yeah.
to just put out this type of sound.
Yeah.
And I just really love them so much. And Trent Reznor is like one of the best producers ever.
Oh, yeah.
Like it's
He's a
just
freak, man. He's a freak
like
of nature.
like come on.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Like it's
He's incredible.
amazing.
And his film scoring too is awesome. Like he
I
does a lot
mean,
of film scores now too, yeah.
I know, and I'm a very big fan of all of the like old, like old themes getting like proper like techno industrial
Yeah.
fast paced type of soundtrack. I think the synthesis of like a Victorian scene and like just having electronic music underneath is still amazing. I it's one of the things like I always wonder, oh my god, what can happen that's new and that can excite me? Because we've seen it all now.
Yeah.
And then now seeing Trent Reznor like making music for films like that, or like, whatever, some action films, but like that kind of synthesis of this is the type of like soundtracks we
Yeah.
do right now. I
Yeah.
love that new thing. Just
No,
love
me
it.
too. Yeah, and that is a good that is you made a good point that like it does kind of feel like sometimes it because we have essentially everything ever made at our fingertips, it's like, "Oh, well, I've seen everything, like, nothing can amaze me anymore." But, like, the fact that, people like Trent Reznor and I think, like, yourself as well, like, you're making really cool, like, new sounds that, like, don't really sound like anything else I've heard, and, like, I just think it's awesome that there's people making, stuff that is still fresh and still interesting, even though we have access to so much stuff. So it's super cool.
Recently, I, um, really thought about it, and the calling for doing music and doing whatever idea I have, it's maybe not as profitable like immediately, but I just think like once the once you carve in the message of my music, once it's carved in, it's gonna just be there for like a long time and more
Yeah.
unstable time. And I think that's like what's awaiting me basically
Mhm.
as an artist. I think my success story is more of like a thorough and firm one that happened for a long time. Um, and I'm blessed, to be a student of music for a long time and experiment, and that's how like the sounds and everything comes about. It's like I don't know, but
Yeah.
maybe I should be making some radio friendly music. You know,
No, I mean, I think,
rent's expensive.
right. No, but see, I feel like, it's like you gotta make like what's in your heart, It's like that's the most
Yeah,
it's like I feel like you can always tell, and I've talked about this with other guests before as well. Like when someone makes music just because they think it's going to be profitable, you can always tell, and like and I think it turns people off of the music too, because I think other people can tell as well.
I don't think so.
Really? You don't think so?
People listen to AI music.
Well, yeah, that's true. That's a decent counterpoint, which
I'm pretty sure like that AI will never be able to make whatever I'm
no.
thinking of next.
No,
So
absolutely not.
I'm not afraid of it, but I would, like if
Yeah.
there's power to the people, if they can actually uh, if they want to listen to AI, they should listen. But like if they don't want that, then they should research more and um, object to
Yeah.
listening to it, and that's how it won't be in the charts.
Yeah. Yeah,
Simple.
absolutely, yeah. AI can, by definition, can only copy what's already been put out. It can't think about what's next. So, you have
Yeah.
people like yourself, innovating and making these, like, new cool sounds. It's not gonna be able to replicate that. Um,
I mean,
but
I think if an AI went into my brain, it would self-destruct immediately.
yeah.
Not yeah,
Yeah, it'd
no,
be like,
the
"I
yeah.
can't take this,"
I
and then
can't.
just That's funny. We're gonna go ahead and quickly talk about your most recent song that just came out, a week ago as of the recording of this, "Alchemy." It's, featuring Mood Killer. It's a killer track, so we're gonna go ahead and play it for the folks listening. This is "Alchemy" featuring Mood Killer by Luke Black.
It's not a bedroom, it's a lab, and it's getting more steamy. I got the whole kingdom lining up, they're ready to see me. They wanna have a little taste of the gold in my treasure, sipping liquid from my veins that turn pain into pleasure. Oh, 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 you gotta treat it right above. Oh, oh,
right, that was Alchemy featuring Mood Killer by Luke Black. Yeah, once again, just like all like I was saying earlier, all of your songs are so um they're so unique, and like they all sound different, but they also sound cohesive at the same time, which is something that you touched on. So I guess like when you're a producer, it sounds like you mainly work with the same producer, right? Or more or less, or maybe a couple people.
I'm a Taurus. I'm loyal.
Yeah.
I just work with one producer and like no,
Yeah.
I mean, well, this one wasn't like that. I actually
Okay.
started, Mood Killer. They're an amazing, amazing, amazing artist, and we touched upon Lady Gaga and like
Yeah.
and I'm obsessed with her song Abracadabra, but like ages ago, before that song came out, Mood Killer had their album called Abracadabra, and I just really loved the song and the track and the sounds.
Yeah.
And Mood Killer is, I would say, my first LA friend. I'm not like it's my
Oh, they're
first
based in LA.
mention.
That's
They're
cool. I
based
didn't
in
know that.
LA. They're based in LA, and they're one of the loveliest people I've ever met. And um, I think like we were both obsessed with the dark arts and alchemy and like spirituality, and we were actually talking about like astrology, and like we were doing tarot card reading, which I don't normally do, but like once you're with Mood Killer, you kind of get into that
Yeah.
beautiful dim atmosphere, and we started twinning in a way, which was like I would I would say what I like, and they would say what they like, and it would be like it would be the same thing,
Okay,
and
yeah.
then we were like talking about topics, and then we said alchemy at the same time, and I was like, okay, you know what, like back in the day in 2015, like I was doing this interview with BBC while I was still living in Serbia, and the reporter there m- gave me like the nickname Pop Alchemist. And I was like, I always wanted to like write a song about um, this little spark that happens
Yeah.
uh, between two people, whether they're friends or whether it's a love story, whether it's a creative alchemy,
Yeah. That like that
Um,
moment that you like sort of realize you're on the same page.
that moment where like it's eureka, like
Yeah.
I'm just like the song came about, it came about from this pop sound, and Mood Killer has
Uh-huh.
like this affinity to produce music with very like, and I don't know, it's just
Like
it's
sort of
beautiful.
like Foley kind of sounds like yeah, with
Yeah,
like
yeah,
sound effects.
and
Yeah.
we obviously we were talking about Blackout by Britney Spears a lot while we were making it, and yeah, so we started writing it. I wrote it with the Mood Killer, my friend, Camilla Dunhill, amazing songwriter, lo- writes like loads of hit music. And obviously Ben or Wolfcut, my producer, we were just there, and it just kind of happened. And to tell you the truth, like mostly whenever somebody heard my body of work that I'm working on, they would be like, "Oh my god, Alchemy is such a cool song," and that's why I kind of like I listened to my friends and I released that one kind
Yeah.
of, I would say, first. Um but at the moment of talking to you right now, my song came out. I didn't even do an out now post because I got into like such a messy headspace that I was in for 2 weeks, and there was no posts to
Yeah.
listen to the song, and my fans are still streaming it. Like it's insane. Like I'm like, oh my god, this has more streams than the times I posted TikToks. Like what the hell is happening? But it's magic,
Yeah.
and I can't wait to start promoting
Yeah, well,
it.
hey, this is Alchemy is out now. This serves as promotion. Yeah. But yeah, it's a tremendous song. I love the flute sample in there. Yeah. It's just yeah, once again, it's like it's one of those songs where like it seems like it should be chaotic and not work together, but like all the sounds just kind of like fits perfectly into, their space in the mix. And yeah, it's just it's just it's so
It's a
cool that,
it's
you can
kind
get
of
that to work.
clumsy potion making, but the potion works, if that makes
Yeah.
sense.
No,
I'm a
a
very clumsy
absolutely.
person. If I was in an alchemical lab, like we wouldn't have
You would have, yeah,
d-
been blown up.
today, we wouldn't have planet Earth. Like, but
Oh, man.
but I think yeah, this whole process of making this kind of new record and stuff was very intense and messy, I would say. The rollout of it is just like I'm just like putting music out there, and then if I
Yeah. Are
can't,
you talking about the, Chainsaws in Paradise? You're talking about the new album, like,
no,
that's
I'm
not out
talking
yet?
about like this new piece of body of work that I'm making that
Yeah.
had songs that I already released. I mean, I don't know. You can swear here, right?
Yeah, of course.
Right?
Yeah,
I
yeah.
mean, no, no.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, so one of the songs is called Batshit, and the other one is called Vomit. Like
Yeah.
beautiful, beautiful imagery. Um,
Right,
but
yeah.
I was kind of inspired by the dark arts and the art of darkness for uh, this kind of body of work, and I was thinking about like gruesome imagery. Um, and Vomit is like a Valentine song.
Wow.
Like it's like yeah,
How
Batshit
romantic.
is about like going like feral in the night, like going crazy in the night out, and instead of like getting ready, like putting your makeup on and stuff like that, you kind of turn into a vampire creature. So you
Yeah.
kind of transform to go out. And I was really inspired by all my friends in London and their bold, brave, daring senses of fashion.
Mhm.
And Vomit, I was kind of inspired by going out and seeing like how fleeting every romance is and how it all like just it's very funny. And then I went on and to create the whole album.
Yeah.
Like
Great.
that, and then
Yeah.
yeah.
That's
And then
awesome.
there it is.
There it is.
Well,
Do you have, like, a release well, I guess it's a good segue. Do you have a release date in mind or, like, roughly?
I do have a release date in mind, but I'm not gonna say it because I mean it's just because like there's no like labels or anything, so you
Yeah.
can never guarantee that it will happen
Of for sure,
with
yeah. That makes
with me.
sense.
But yeah, there is. I'm looking forward to like putting the album out um, early next year, actually. And I'm looking forward to going on tour
Yeah,
after that.
that was the last thing I was gonna ask about. So before we get out of here, you have a big tour coming up, UK and European tour. I assume are you, like, pumped for it? Are you stressed out? A little bit of both?
I mean, I'm the ticket sales haven't gone in like yet, so like you know what I mean. Like
Yeah,
I'm now
yeah.
excited for it.
Yeah.
Once we post the link, and like you need to sell it out, and then I'm gonna be
Then you'll
stressed.
be the stress part. Yeah, yeah.
But it's all like um like it is something that I just have to do. I don't know how to
Yeah,
explain it. Like there's no stress, there's no, as I said, venue small or big enough, or like the audience small or big enough. If I play my cards right, I will not be in a huge minus financially, even having a tour, and none of my team will.
yeah.
I don't it's always beautiful to see a fully packed, sold out show, but
Oh, yeah, of course.
it can't always be the case, and it's very expensive, and my fans are crazy. They travel everywhere, and I'm gonna have more like places where I'm going this time. So it's like more dates,
Yeah.
more places in the UK. So it's like you know, it's it's gonna be pricey. But
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to that, and especially since last time I went on tour, I did what I thought people do, which is like release a CD. So I had my CDs that I'm bringing with me then, and now I'm bringing this synthesis of vinyl, um, a vinyl edition that's going to come out
Nice.
as well with the next album, and it's gonna be like a synthesis of all my uh, creativity and the story that's happened so far. And I'm really excited for that. The ideas and everything is there. Hard
Yeah,
work, it will come. it will
absolutely.
it will come. I will post more on social media, and that's it. That's the only thing I still need to do. I've made the
Yeah.
album. I've thought of the
You
tour.
just gotta
I
promote it. Yeah.
yeah,
But
now I
that's,
just
yeah, that's the toughest job sometimes, is
I
getting out
know.
there and
I
promoting
know, man.
stuff
It's
that's
it's
yeah.
insane. Yeah,
Yeah.
but okay, I'm not gonna complain about having to post on TikTok. Like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? There's people having it worse. So
That's true. That's true. Um, well, Luke, I could literally you this has been so much fun. I could literally, talk to you all day, but unfortunately time is linear, so we do have to go. Um, yeah, I mean, I think you're a super innovative artist. Like you're immensely talented. Like I mean that genuinely. I think you're going to I think it's only a matter of time before you blow up, and I think you're going to be playing huge arenas eventually. Because, like I said, such a you're so creative, and you're such a cool person too. Like I just felt like I was just talking to some like an old friend here. So yeah, man, it
maybe
was
we are. Have you been on Tomb Raider forums or something like? Not
yeah, maybe we've known each other from internet forums or something.
yeah.
No. But yeah, so obviously all of Luke's links will be down in the description. Go stream his music. If you're in Europe or the UK, when the tour dates post, go buy a ticket to go see him play. I'm sure it's going to be an amazing show. You got to try to get over here to the US, man. I'll come see you for sure.
It's my most listened to market at the moment.
Really?
Where is it? Who are you guys? Where
Hey.
I want name. No, but it's like really strange. And we planned out this whole tour, and then all of a sudden I'm like, wait, what is happening? What is
Yeah.
happening over there? Like
Dude, people in
I
America will love you, man. We love we love dark music. Like people eat this shit up over here. Well, I mean they are, that's your most listened to market. So yeah,
yeah.
if you find a way to come over here and tour, I'm there for sure.
I
Um,
will. I hope I can support my friends who are from LA or from US, and then on their shows, and then that way I can come
yeah,
and bring my music over to the US, and it will be a dream come true, seriously,
there
to
we
come
go.
to LA and to come to New York and see the Grand Canyon.
Oh,
Oh,
the Grand Canyon. Yeah, it's pretty crazy.
no.
Oh, and when you do go see Luke on tour, wear earplugs. You can't get your hearing back. That's like my thing I do. I make sure to tell people to wear ear protection at concerts. Once your hearing goes, you can't get it back. So wear ear protection. Anyway, Luke, thank you so much for chatting with me today. Like I said, I had a blast. Yeah, it's an awesome interview. And I think, like I said, I think you're going to be immensely successful.
Thank you so much, Brian. Thank you. I think my first interview for US, so I don't know, like if I'm mistaken, but I think this is like a first time I'm kind of doing
Well,
this, and
it'll
it's so
definitely be the
special.
best interview.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I'm sure. But yeah, it's so special, to do this. I'm really,
Yeah.
really like excited, It's amazing.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. All his links will be in the description. Got the tour. Got the anything else you want to promote before we get out of here?
No. No, I mean,
No. No, it's
I
okay.
mean, I promote, I don't know, drink responsibly.
There you go. Drink responsibly. All right, folks. Luke, thank you so much. And folks, we'll see you next time. Bye.